just thinking about it, kind of makes me go back and forth what Satanism should have been and could have been instead of what it was. What it was kind of like this cheap, this cheap philosophy. I don't want to make fun of it, really. I don't, because it's kind of empty, kind of like an empty void of atheism is what it was. But what it was just an empty void filling atheism, and what it should have been and what it could have been so much more. I mean, like, imagine Anton LaVey, if he really wanted to make the satanic religion of a lifetime, he would have gone through hundreds of occultic books, okay? From multiple religions, not just Wicca, white magic, voodoo. He could have gone through a lot of stuff voodoo that was public at the time, and all this stuff about Saturnalia could have been like the main part of his religion. Have like gold be a huge part. I know he didn't like gold because it represented heaven. Well, it represented the morning star, Lucifer, Satan. It's himself. What could have been like, he could have gotten a lot of books from the Golden Dawn, Fraterna Satini, and a whole bunch of other. It's hard to remember all of them, but he could have had a worldwide view where he would have like mixed voodoo with the Golden Dawn, and then mix that with like Wicca, and have this like devilish opinion, just mix all of it together, all of the aspects from every religion. He could have just made it completely 100% golden, like Lucifer himself, and just made the main ritual in the satanic rituals kind of like a Saturnalia type deal. He just added the Saturnalia ritual, and boom, that was the perfect rituals right there. And then just like add, a philosophy that's just not, not Ragnar Redbeard, but kind of like an overall underdog type feel. Not just like a revolutionist, but underdog type of opinion, He could have went through a whole bunch of... He could have went through more Ragnar Redbeard, more Friedrich Nietzsche, He could have... And, he could have done, like... It's not really about the philosophy. It was more about kind of like mixing Saturnalia type of voodoo. Like, he could have done so much, like, mixing voodoo with Wicca, kind of the aspects of both of them together, and then put, aspects of the Golden Dawn and Fraterna Satini. Could have put a whole, like, the worldview and just found a way to put it in a box. Put it in like and mix it all together. He could have done that, and he could have like made this golden book, called the Satanic Bible, or the Cube, the Bible of the Cube, or Saturnalia Satanic Bible. Like, he could have put some real stuff there, and then he could have went in this huge suggestive ideology that Satan is Saturn, Satan is every pagan god. He could have went into a whole bunch of type of stuff, and he also could have gone into like this dark, edgy type of stuff, and he could have, added like, a whole bunch of demonology, interpreting it with pagan elements. He could have done a whole bunch of stuff. What could have been Satanism is basically, LaVeyan, is basically like all the other types of Satanism. Personally, I think LaVeyan Satanism is just, it's just work on it. It needs a lot of work, like take the Satanic Bible, the Satanic rituals, put them together, merge them together in one book, and just try to find a way to make it work, to make it real, the real type of shit. But really, he could have, like, satanized everything in Wicca, paganism, voodoo, put it all together, make, like, voodoo rituals. Like, he could have gotten deep into the voodoo tribe thing and just made a whole bunch of rituals that are, like, voodoo, because, a lot of people associate that type of stuff with devil worship. It's just simple. It was simple, and I don't know why he didn't do it as much as he could have. I don't know why he didn't do it as much as he could have, just like 5 or 6 rituals in the Satanic rituals. He could have just added, like, the Saturnalia, Because, like, and just the entire essence of, Saturnalia is devil worship. He could have brought up a whole bunch of stuff. He could have exposed Christianity's deepest roots and declared it all satanic. He could have done that. Okay, he really could have done that. He could have done a whole bunch of stuff he did not. And some people, like, need to, and I'm glad there's a lot of people out there that are finishing his work, and there's a lot of pagans and Voodons and Golden Dawn members and all that. It's like, well, it kind of all needs to be the same. What Satanism should have been instead of could have been the bridging gap between the Golden Dawn, a whole bunch of other Freemason and secret societies. It also could have merged paganism and Wicca and Voodoo together, and it could have been like a unity type thing. Unity for everything meant witchcraft, Like, that's what it should have been, instead of what could have been. Instead of, like, it kind of being the opposite of Christianity. It could be the merging of everything, It's just like, I know I've spread my opinion about Satanism before, and it's like, this is explaining why I talk bad about it, because it's not as deep as I wanted it. Let's be honest. And there needs to be some form of religion that merges everything together. Not only just that, but like Buddhism, which is basically the Golden Dawn. You got O2O, all of it together. You just call it Satanism. Or what other name people come up with, But that's what Satanism should have been. Merging everything together. Okay, and that's why I said it's like the devil's disappointed with Satanism, to be honest.